Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to remove an object from a shot, and we're going to do this using the paint tool. So we're going to take this car and we're going to remove it from this shot. So we will clone out the car, we will make a clean plate, and then we will merge that clean plate over our tracked footage. Okay, so here we are on the edit page and we've got a clip here. There'll be a link to this in the description. And what I'm going to do first is to cut off the first 25 seconds of this clip because we don't really want to work with the whole thing. So I've got up here 25 seconds. So let me just chop that off and then we'll move it here to the beginning. And then I'm going to take like 8 seconds or something of this clip. So where are we? Oh, 8 seconds, and then let's drop the end as well. So this gives us our clip. So the car starts about here. So we're going to remove this car, and then another car comes in here as well. So we'll need to remove this one as well. So we're set up. Let's now right click and say new Fusion clip, and then click on the Fusion tab. Okay, so on the Fusion page, and we've got our media in and our media out. So our media in is this clip, which we just sent from the timeline, and our media out will send what we do back to the timeline with all our changes. So let's just change this now. Let's rename it. Let's just call it road clip, and then okay that. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a clean plate, and with that clean plate, we're then going to apply it to our tracked footage. So it has the movement of the clip, and then we'll make some alterations after that as well. All right, so to this road clip, we need to make a still frame. And to do that, we're going to add a time stretcher node. So shift, space, and let's type time, and then we'll grab this time stretcher. I'm going to use the first frame as my kind of paint frame, so we don't want it there. Let's just open the inspector and remove that. So we don't want a keyframe there. So we're going to use this first frame. We're going to paint the car out on the first frame. So we have our time stretcher. Let's now just connect our clip into our time stretcher. And then after our time stretcher, we will add our paint. So come up here to the toolbar, click on paint. And this is where we're going to do our cloning in this case to remove the car. So let's view our paint node first of all, so we can see what we're doing. And we'll zoom in as well, so get in nice and close. We're going to use here the stroke, and over in the inspector, we're going to use clone. So click here on clone. And maybe we can also adjust our brush size. Maybe it's a bit too big. So we can just kind of drop it down a bit here, hover over and have a look. And maybe a bit smaller. Okay, that's not too bad. So we've selected clone here. And so what we can do now is clone out our car here. So we can hold here Option on a Mac and probably Alt on Windows. I'm not quite sure about that. So we hold it, we click, and that makes a point, rather like you do in Photoshop. We can then start to clone our car out like this. So I like to move the point, so let's move it up here. Try and keep it kind of roughly in line with the existing kind of road, because then it will be more kind of, or less noticeable, because we can always come back and manipulate it some more later as well. But because this road it's quite uneven, yeah, the surface isn't perfect, so it'll be easier to kind of clone this. Whereas if you have a perfect surface, then it will kind of, your cloning might show up a little bit more clearly. Okay, so we've cloned that out. Let's just zoom out and see what it looks like. Okay, maybe we can make a couple more adjustments here, just kind of so it doesn't look quite so obvious. And zoom out. I think that looks okay. So we've done our cloning, and let's rename these now. Let's actually group these. So to group, yeah, we can right click and we can just say here group, and I'm going to call this group clean plate. So we'll right click, go to rename, and we'll say clean plate. Let's OK that. So with this clean plate, we're going to merge it over the top of our footage, and then we're going to track our footage and move the clean plate so it matches the tracked footage. Okay, so what we want to do now, we're just going to disconnect the media in here from our clean plate for now. After our road clip, and again we'll start on frame 0, let's add a tracker. So we'll do shift space, type in tracker, or I can spell it properly, add that one. And we are going to track the rotation here. So we need to have a minimum of 2 points. I'm actually going to use 3, doesn't really matter. If you add more, maybe you'll get a more solid track. So let's put some trackers in this clip. So I'm going to add a tracker. Right, we should see a tracker somewhere. There we go. I'm going to track this point up here, and let's actually view our media out so we can see what we're doing. So let's go up here. I'm going to track this point here on the crane, add another tracker here over the in the inspector, and I'm also going to track this point down here, this kind of square, like a drain cover or something. Got to put it right in the middle there, look. Basically what you're looking for is points with contrast, and then the track will lock on to those points. And then over here, I like the look of these little kind of pebbles or something, whatever they are, but they have contrast with the surrounding ground. So we'll add another tracker, and then with this one, we'll maybe track this big one here. Okay, so we've got those 3. Let's now track forwards. Okay, so that's our track finished. Let's now just check them to make sure there's no slipping going on. So we can just zoom into it and scroll through, kind of have a look, seeing what's going on here. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. I think it seems to be staying in place. And let's go and look at our other one as well. And again, it seems to be stuck to where we want it. And let's go and look at this one as well. And again, it's staying on that point that we want to track. So if you do get slippage, then you just need to choose some other points to track, maybe something with more contrast. But these will work for us, so that's good. Okay, so let's now reconnect our nodes here. So we'll connect our road clip to our clean plate. And then what we want to do is to merge our clean plate over our tracker. So we're going to use here the foreground. So we will grab the output here and put it into the green foreground. And what we then need to do is to change our tracker operation. So click on the tracker, go over here in the inspector to operation, change the operation to match move. And here we've got foreground over background, so we'll just leave it here as the default. And what that's going to do is take our clean plate, and it's going to make the clean plate follow the motion of the tracker, and the clean plate will be on top. Okay, so that's our setup. So let's just have a look, see what we think. So it's moving around. Okay, there's no car, we've cloned it out, so everything is fine. But we have got a couple of problems. So let's look at those problems. I'm just going to split the window here, and let's bring in our original clip. So what I want to do is just zoom into these trees over here so you can see what the problem is. So here we've got our media out, yeah, with our track and our clean plate. And over here we've just got our original clip. So if I play them both together, what you see on this side is we have some movement in the trees. Over here we don't, because it's basically a still image. So what we want to do is bring that movement back. And if I show you maybe another example over here in this tree where it's actually a bit windier, and you can see that it's quite extreme, the difference. So we've got a lot of movement here, no movement here. So this movement will add to the realism and stop it from kind of looking like a still image. Of course, it may have been a day with no wind. We don't know that. But anyways, Depends how long the shot's on screen as well, really. Okay, so let's just go back now to our normal view here. This is our media out, so we'll make sure that's selected. And what we want to do is tell Fusion here that we only want the clean plate on the road here where our car was, and that we want to keep everything else from the original clip. So to do that, we need to use a mask, okay? So we're going to add a mask to our tracker here, our effect mask on our tracker. So let's grab here a polygon mask, and we'll just go here. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll go back to the first frame again, and let's just undo that, bring it back in again. Otherwise, it's going to keyframe. So we will just simply draw a mask here on the screen and just mask out this road where the car was. And we can make it slightly wider because we're not going to track it. As long as it covers this road all the way through the frame, then that's fine, all the way through the clip, which it does. We can now take this output and bring it into our tracker mask input. And what that has now done, if I now zoom in and show you, so we can go here. So we see there's no car, and now we play back. We don't have a car, but we have the movement in the trees back again. So it then starts to look a bit more realistic. Okay, but what we now have is another problem. So remember, there was a second car coming here at the end of the clip, and there it is. Because on the sides we're using our original clip, so we need to tell Fusion to also use the clean plate just here. So to do that, we're going to add another mask, and it's going to be a kind of quick and dirty mask. We'll just add it here after the polygon. So again, click here, add a mask, and we'll start on the first frame. And let's just, so the car goes down this road. So I'm just going to kind of block out this road and sort of up here, and then sort of go around the tops of the trees a little bit, and we can refine this afterwards, like this. Now, we will have to change it because the car, or parts of the car, might be visible. So let's go and have a look, see what it's like. So where's the car? There we go, we can see the car here, look. So click on the polygon, and we'll just adjust this until the car is gone. Let's go forward a bit more until our car comes in. So can't see it yet. Oh, there it is again, look, it's popping in here. So we need to maybe adjust that bit there as well. Now you can just track this, of course, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you, because, you know, it's kind of to the side. Maybe you're not going to pay much attention to it, and we'll still have most of the movement of the trees anyways. So let's just go through this, see if it comes in again. Do we see the car again? Yeah, we see the top of the car here, look. So again, we'll go back to our polygon, and we just need to adjust the points here, just so we have our polygon. And actually, I have got keyframing on, so it is kind of keyframing it and adjusting it, which is fine, but you don't really need to. So let's just play from here. And it looks good, I think. I can't see a car coming in. Okay, so I think that's fine. I didn't miss anything. Maybe someone else will see something I missed. So what that gives us now, of course, is the car here is gone, so we're using our clean plate here in this section. But because we've masked it, we are getting the movement of the trees here as well. So as I said, it's going to add to the realism. And, you know, you obviously, it depends what you're putting into this clip. Maybe you're going to put buildings and smoke or whatever you're doing. But having this movement, I think, helps the clip. Okay, so another problem we have is if we just scroll just here, we see down the bottom here, if I zoom in, we see the car. Yeah, and that's because whoever shot this clip, basically there was a barrier. Maybe if I'd shot it, I wouldn't have included the barrier. So probably the easiest thing to do here is after the tracker, we'll just add a transform And we'll just zoom in a bit until we get rid of that, something like that. And let's have a look. We've got some weird thing going on here as well. So probably I'll just zoom in a bit more just to get rid of that. Okay, let's go back to the edit page. What we can do here, actually, if we want to, we're just going to render this. It's just, I've got my render cache here. So under playback, render cache smart. So that will just render it on its own automatically. So we'll wait for this line to go blue. Okay, so now what you could do if you wanted to is change the colors. So we could go over to the color page and we could adjust our colors here, or maybe add a LUT or whatever you want to do. So, you know, we could maybe bring our mids up here if we wanted to, drop our blacks down. Maybe we could change our temperature, whatever you want to do here with the clip, really. It's entirely up to you. We could also do these changes in Fusion. So if we go back to Fusion, we could actually, after the transform, we could add a color corrector and we could make our changes here instead. And they would then be carried over to the edit page. But whilst you've got the color page and all those tools, then you may as well use the color page. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. What you've learned here then is to extract a clean plate and clone out the car. And then we have used the clean plate here and track the footage and then merge the clean plate over the top of the footage. And then we've masked our area here where the vehicles were. So here in the center and here over on the right. And we've told Fusion only use the clean plate in the places where the masks are. And then we've retained the movement here in the trees as well. Okay, that's it. I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.